Look at that. Oh, look at that. She's so cute. She's doing good. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, baby girl. Oh, thank you. Howdy. Welcome to my channel. Today, I just wanted to talk about the cosmetics company Pink Crush Cosmetics, and specifically their new formula with the Nocturnal Garden Palette compared to the old formula with the Metamorphosis Palette. So if you want to see my thoughts and some comparisons on these, then just keep watching. Again, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and I just love to talk about makeup and all things dress up. So if you are interested in content like that, I would recommend hitting that subscribe button if you do enjoy this video. But without further ado, let's talk about what we're here for. I basically was obsessed with this Metamorphosis palette by Pink Crush Cosmetics, and this was a collab with Christa Rice Makeup. And I loved the color story. It just spoke to my heart. And I had a great time with the palette, and I loved the looks that I got out of it. And so when Pink Crush Cosmetics came out with a bunch more palettes, and they came out with, I want to say 6 palettes all at once. Anyways, I thought, well, I loved that Metamorphosis palette. Why don't I try the Nocturnal Garden Palette that I saw that they had. It was one out of many, and I just really liked the color story. And I mean, it's not super different. It's different. Let's show you the two side by side. Anyways, I thought that I would try it out, and I was hoping that I would love it just as much. And I was curious to see if it was just the color story on this one or if it was the formula. And here's the thing. I put this palette on my eyes one time. I was just playing around. I wasn't thrilled with it. I wasn't thrilled with the palette, and I wondered if maybe the formula had changed. For reference, when I purchased this, this was $26. And this one that I purchased, I believe in February, maybe January, it was $35.99, I think, or $35.95, something like that. So it was almost $10 more. So I'm not sure why. It does seem, let's see, the back of the palettes has like the ingredients and some information, and the Metamorphosis palette is vegan and also has a 24-month shelf life, whereas this palette does not have the vegan stamp on here and has an 18-month shelf life, so shorter shelf life. And the ingredients are definitely different. And this one has the weight on the back, which is 12 times 1.6 grams. This one does not have a weight on it. I did weigh both palettes, and this one weighed 39 grams and this one weighed 33, so it was 6 grams less. So I just wanted to compare them for you a little bit. What I thought I would do, I know I love this one, I know I love working with it, so I thought that I would do a look with this and do some swatches with this one so that you can see how they swatch, and then maybe just compare a few swatches with similar seeming formulas from this guy. So I guess we'll start with the swatches. Let's go into, again, beautiful color story. I really enjoy it. I'm gonna go into Moonflower, kind of a lavender shimmer. This might be a satin. Okay, that actually did swatch pretty well. To be honest, I don't remember if I ever swatched this. All right, Raven is a matte black. Does feel a little bit dry, but it looks pretty pigmented on my finger. Kind of feels chalky when I put it on my arm, but like a thick chalk, so it's pretty pigmented, actually. And then Datura, this white shade, White Matte. One seems like a little bit thinner formula. Oh yeah, so that does not show up super bright. Luna Moth, which if you've never seen a Luna Moth in person, it is the most magical experience ever. I actually saw one a few summers ago up in Canada, and it was absolutely magical. I can't believe that that actually happened. So that one also swatched very light. So Elusive, this next shade, is kind of a teal. That one feels kind of hard pan. It's a bit thin feeling. Interesting, and it's a little sticky, but it actually swatched pretty pigmented. It's pretty color. Kind of a satin, I think. I think this one is more of a shimmer and that one is more of a satin. And then Songbird looks like a duochrome or a multi-chrome. I see a teal to purple flip. Ooh, that one's a little softer. Yeah, I can definitely see teal, maybe to blue to purple on that one. Yeah, that one feels wetter. Even like, I think that might have a gray base to it. I like that shade. It's really pretty. Nice. And then Obscurity, it looks like one of those shades that has little glitters in it, but maybe that's just from the other shades. No, it looks like there are little silver glitters in it, but it's like a navy with a hint of kind of like an indigo. Kind of shears out a bit when swatching. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my first impression was that it wasn't as good as the other palette, but I want to try to give it another chance. I've not played with this. I haven't really felt like pulling it out. So I thought I would kind of share this experience with you all in case you were curious. All right, Black Orchid is a very beautiful kind of plummy, shimmery. It does look like a duochrome. It's got sort of a deeper kind of indigo purple and then like a brighter purple with a little bit more of like a pink cast. Ooh, like a maroon almost, or like a wine color. It looks like it has kind of a black base. I wonder if maybe the price had to do with some of the multi-chrome formulas in here, duochrome formulas. I don't know, I can't really tell. So Nicotania is, this one feels really soft. It looks a bit sheer to me on my finger, but maybe it's just because it's close to my skin tone. Ooh, crumbly. Got a little more than I bargained for there. I feel like it applied a bit sheer. And then Twilight looks like a kind of silvery blue, which that kind of shade really has my heart. That one feels a little wetter too. It swatches pretty well. Definitely very pretty. And then Indigo Sky is, again, there's like a purpley blue situation going on. And that one feels a little more tacky. I don't know, I guess it sort of has this like light from within kind of feel. I feel like there's been a kind of a theme with that lately. There was the Meet Me at Midnight palette by Lois Cosmetics, and then the Night Flower palette from Lethal Cosmetics, and they both sort of had that, you know, dark, mysterious, but with like a a glow to it vibe, with somewhat similar color stories. Not exactly, but definitely this sort of like purpley blue, hints of pink, and white and silver and things like that. And then Firefly is this last shade. That one feels a little bit messier, just a little bit though. Definitely feels nice. It's a bit wet feeling. Ooh, that's bright. That's pretty. Ooh, yeah, that swatch is really nice too. Okay. Well, so there's the palette, and it's pretty. There was only really, I feel like these two shades right here did not pack a lot of pigment, and like this one was a little bit lacking, but that's only in the swatches. So yeah, and then I guess it seems like there's some sort of repetitive shades that aren't that different from each other. I don't know. These are all just sort of a bit of a theme. I mean, I guess they're, you know, they're not dupes for each other. I guess they're different. They look more similar to me from this angle. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom you in and do a look with this, and then finish up my makeup, and we'll come back for my thoughts on how it performed. And I should have left these here so that I could do some comparisons, but we will just do new comparisons with new swatches. Okay, I'm back. That took a really long time for some reason. Anyways, so I like this look that I got. I do. However, well, okay, first let's talk about what I do like, because there are definitely things about this palette that I like a lot. I think I still stand by the color story is pretty. The color story is really pretty. I like the color story. I really, here, I'm gonna get a little closer here. This is the look. I really love like this shimmer that I have all over the lid, this shade Songbird. I think it's really beautiful and very shimmery. I do like the shimmery green shade that I have on the lower lash line here and on my brow bone. I think where this was lacking for me was the mattes, which I think I do remember a bit from the Metamorphosis shade. So for example, I remember wanting more from this shade. So I want to compare that one, which that feels very soft and smooth. Actually, that feels really nice. So that swatches like that. And then comparing that to this Luna Moth shade, which performed okay. This one feels a little bit more sheer or something in the pan. But I don't know, I guess they are kind of similar. Maybe the newer one is a little more sheer. It's hard to tell. I'm having a hard time trying to decide what exactly I don't like as much about this one. I think it was harder to get this look. Okay, that's what I was gonna say, is I like the finished look, but you can even see, I think that the mattes are just a little bit patchier. It just took longer. And it was harder to get a really good look. I mean, it looks fine from back here, but when I look up, like, it's really pretty. I love the color story. I love the look that I got. I just thought that it was more difficult. I felt like this one was just so easy. I don't know, and this just took a little bit more effort, I guess, but I do like the look, don't get me wrong. I actually am just loving this so much more than the first look I did with this, so part of that could definitely be user error or user, you know, fault. What am I trying to say? Yeah, I think the shimmers, the like really shimmery shades, like Moonflower, that one was pretty good. The white was terrible. I tried to put it on my inner corner and it just kind of didn't do anything. It just blended away. And so I went over it with Moonflower, which I think showed up a little better, but it's still a little lackluster. I think that this Nicotania, also, I don't know, it's just, it did build up a bit, but I had to keep going back in with it. I don't know, I just think it was harder to work with. And for being $10 more, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, you know, it's like, why? Let me compare these multi-chromes now. So Songbird, which I really like in this palette, and I think one of the standouts in this one was Purple Emperor. Oh, interesting. That one feels actually a little tackier. Oh, funny. So they look actually kind of similar. Well, you can't see the flip very well, but the flips are a bit similar. So this is Nocturnal Garden. And then this one is Metamorphosis. And I don't know if you can tell, but I think the Metamorphosis shade packs a little bit more bang for your buck. It's a little bit thicker formula. So again, this is the Night Garden shade, and this is the Emperor, the one from the Metamorphosis palette. And I do think it packs a little bit more punch. Let's go into Cold Blooded, which is like a deeper sort of satin. Not deeper, but it's a little bit darker shade. And then comparing that to this Indigo Sky shade, they actually feel not too different. So this is the Night Garden or Nocturnal Garden, and this is Metamorphosis. And again, it just kind of packs a little bit more punch for me, I think. I can't tell. I think I just don't like it as much, and I think it is formula related because this color story is very pretty. I originally thought, oh, maybe it's the color story, maybe I was just more drawn to it, but no, I like the color story in this one, and I like the colors in the look that I got, but it was harder to get. Based on my experience of like really liking this one and then not liking the sort of newly formulated one as much, I don't know that I'm apt to really buy from them again anytime soon. I mean, I might try something again in the future. Like I said, I like their color stories. I think that is very well done in a lot of the palettes. There were a couple others that I actually really liked and I thought about doing, or picking up, but I didn't after getting this palette because I didn't like it as much. And I stand by that. I think this one is better. I do. I just think the older formula is better. I like it better than this one. Color story, very good. Formula, it's okay. It's okay. I don't think it's as good, and I can't necessarily recommend it. I don't know. I guess, you know, like I said, the colors are very pretty. Formulas are, I don't think, is good. All right, I just keep repeating myself at this point. So I'm going to wish you a great day. I hope that you're having a good day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.